What's up, agents? Jetforth here, and this is your weekly State of the Game recap for June 26th, 2019. There was a lot of information given in this, new exotics, and skill changes that I am quite a bit rather excited for. First things first are some of the bug fixes that will be coming again, which pertains to the field research to breaking Basilic's armor. I think I said that right. This is not completing for some people. They are working on a fix for it for this otherwise completely and utterly daunting fetch quest. It sucks. I really hate it, and I don't even need to do it because I bought the season pass and unlocked the gunner. I feel really bad for the people who didn't buy the season pass. Sounds weird to say that you didn't have to spend your $40, but whatever, it's absolutely stupid. They're also working on a permanent fix for getting Foxtrot errors, Delta errors, and so on. I don't really know how they plan to do that because whatever, errors are errors. Now also, on the West Coast, California in general, those servers are pretty much completely broken. And I even saw Cray's video where he was saying, why isn't anybody talking about this? And I'm sorry, dude, it's just you guys on the West Coast have broken ass servers, and they're working on a fix for that as well, and they blame California for some reason. Not sure. They're also working on a bug where if you get killed while you're in riot foam, you cannot be rezzed. You are pretty much stuck there infinitely. They're working on that. And also the bug where killing wildlife will give you special ammo. They are still working on that, which I still think is pretty funny, but they are working on that. And finally, for specializations and ammo, they are working on a fix for the fun little exploit of getting 150 rounds in your grenade launcher, picking up 150 rounds as opposed to 75 rounds for the gunner and all that stuff. They're working on a fix for that. So I suppose exploit it while you can, because it will be fixed very shortly here. Next up, they spoke about loot, our sweet precious loot, and our 0.1000010 chance of getting what we want. It is a big discussion on the old interwebs and a big discussion over there, and they agree that loot sucks and they're going to work on something. I don't know what, they didn't really say much, and how to fix it. So I am looking forward to that because, yeah, loot sucks. Next up, they talked about Title Update 5. There will be a PTS starting on Monday, which apparently they are only going to unlock little bits of it at a time through the PTS. So I'm assuming this is going to be a long PTS. And again, for those of you on PC, I did purchase the game on PC. I am JETT4TH on Uplay or whatever. Feel free to send me a friend request. Carry me through anything. If you see me on, just join up. I made friends with a few people already, but again, feel free just to join up and carry me through the crap so I can get a full level character through the PTS if you want. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Help me, please. Now, some of the changes that will be coming with the PTS are blueprints. Blueprints will be able to be obtained from anywhere. Any place that you can get a blueprint, you can get any of the blueprints, like attachments, armor, and so on. So it won't be locked behind just doing control points, or they won't just be locked behind projects. You will be able to get any blueprint anywhere, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, also another thing that they said is that exotics will drop from heroic bosses. I'm not quite sure which exotics, what exotics, because you have some of the fetch quests and whatnot to get some of them, like the Nemesis, but you will be able to get exotic drops from heroic bosses. Now, another thing they talked about is when you craft exotics. When you craft an exotic at 490 to bring it up to 500, it will automatically bring it up to 500 at the top end roll. So that's awesome. So, I mean, we're talking, yeah, you don't have to worry about damage rolls because you will get the highest of high roll that you can possibly get on it when you bring it up to 500. So that's a thumbs up from me. Now, on the crafting topic, they are making another huge change that I actually truly myself have spoken about, is that we will be able to upgrade our crafting bench to 500. You will need to be 490 and have a 490 item, and you will be able to upgrade your crafting bench to 500 so we can craft 500 geared scored items, which bravo! Oh my god, finally! And also on that note is that we will be able to recalibrate crafted items, which, hey, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Now another super positive change that is coming is that Casey, our secret vendor, will be selling 500 gear scored items along with some exotics. Now it did seem like when Hamish said that she was selling exotics, I don't know if he was supposed to say that, but that's what he said. So I'd imagine it's just stuff that drops in the game, like the Nemesis or the whatever shotgun and all that other junk. Next up on the list, we are going to have 2 new weapons brought into the game with 2 new talents. There will be the Carbine 7AR and the Stoner LMG. Now with these, there will be 2 new talents brought into the game. They did not say what they are, but they are going to be good. Now alongside those 2 new weapons, we are also getting 2 new exotics. There will be the Diamondback Rifle and the BTSU exotic gloves, which the exotic gloves are for skill builds, which I'm quite interested in. The way that they explain the gloves, it was kind of confusing, I'm not gonna lie, but basically how they explained them is that they will boost your damage output for weapons and also for skills or something along that lines, but it will throw out some sort of a remote pulse or something that will deal incendiary damage or electric or something along that line. So quite interested to see what these are going to be. I'm pretty sure they will be in the PTS because, well, they never hold anything back, but they sound very interesting, to say the least. And finally, for the state of the game, as they talked a lot about skills, I did just put out a previous video showing some of the differences and how much more powerful that skills are going to be, so watch that because I don't want to make this an 80-minute video. Basically what they said is they want to bring skill builds in line with DPS builds or damage builds or however you want to say it. So the way that they are going about this is they are going to be buffing the skill mods. The explanation of it is that the old damage mods would be able to get you between 25 to 30% extra damage on, say, your Seekers. Now the new mods will bring you up to nearly 150% extra damage on your turret or your Seeker mines and so on, which is pretty crazy if you ask me, so we'll have to see how that all works out. Like I said, watch the previous video or watch the state of the game and you can see it in action. Another big thing that they're changing with it is that cooldown reduction is no longer a thing. It is now going to just be skill haste, which in my mind from the Division 1 and now into the Division 2, skill haste was always the same thing as cooldown reduction. It did the same thing. They're changing the name of it, whatever. Now they said when they put this into effect, you will see a difference in your cooldown reduction, which is skill haste, and it will be going up. So you will see a difference in whatever armor, if you have that buff on there now, it's going up. So that is interesting. I guess we will see in the PTS how it works out. Then they went on to talk about the skill cooldowns, which will be actually higher. Again, it is changing to skill haste. All skill haste, aka cooldowns, will be buffed by 33%. But now when you put on skill haste, or a cooldown if you will, if you're following me thus far, you can get up to 200% skill haste, which would be the cooldown. They're just changing the name of it. We should still be able to get our 10-second skill cooldowns and whatnot with it, but they overall, around every bit of part of it, skills are going to be a hell of a lot more powerful. Now I will say, with some of the footage that they put in the state of the game, is that they seem a little bit way too overpowered, and even saying that there's nothing on them, but hey, I'm not complaining because I love skill builds, and this almost brings skills back up to Division 1 times with Tactician and Reclaimer. So overall, I'm very interested in what they're going to be doing with this, but I will say, I guarantee you some of those damage values are going to be brought down. Call them trying to make hype or excitement for it, I really don't know. And that is it, my friends. One little tiny tidbit, which is actually maybe kind of a big deal for some of you guys, is that if you recalibrated the one perk off of your Dodge City exotic holster onto another holster, that holster will go back to the original form that it was in before, and you deconstructed your exotic holster and it has gone into nothingness. So shouldn't have done that if you did, but yeah, you're gonna have to regrind for it, unfortunately. But that's it, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you guys think. Personally, I think all of these changes are pretty huge for the game and stuff that should have been in here previously, but is what it is. Again, leave a big old fat thumbs up if you could. I'm Jetforth on Uplay. Carry me, please carry me, help me get through it, because it doesn't seem like anybody's playing. Subscribe and all that other junk, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace!